Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I am Jordan, and today we're going to look at the luxury brand, and by that I'm kind of joking, Rebel Yell. Now this is produced by Luxco at the Lux Row Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. Now they used to source their whiskeys and age and bottle it, and I was just reading that they have... It started in 2015, putting together their own distillery, and I believe now they are producing their own whiskey at that distillery, and I believe that is where the Rebel Yell is currently being made. The Luxco brand is also producing the Ezra Brooks 90 whiskey that I reviewed in the drawing a blank on the name, in the budget series. I don't know why that was so hard to come up with. In the budget series videos that I did, Ezra Brooks was one of the whiskeys that I reviewed. Rebel Yell being another one of their products. And for me, this was just outside of my budget lineup, but it is still a budget whiskey. I can pick up this bottle for $13.39. It is a 40% ABV, 80 proof whiskey, and it is distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled for Lux Row Distilleries, Bardstown, Kentucky. Straight bourbon, so minimum of 2 years. The mash bill has, it's a wheated mash bill. Oh, I thought there was an age statement on here, but I don't see it. So, with it being a straight bourbon whiskey, it's at least 2 years old. NAS meaning that it is, without an NAS, non-age statement whiskey means it is at least 4 years old in order to be an NAS. So, we got at least a 4-year-old whiskey here. I've seen a lot of comments online about how good this whiskey is. Being that it's a wheated whiskey, it's probably going to fall in line with Maker's Mark or Weller, or, you know, there's several other wheated bourbons at this point, but let's see what we get out of this sucker here. Alright. I hate that my pour spout is like just a little too small for me, in that most bottles it seems like it is coming up just under fitting to the point where I'm getting a little bit of leakage around it. So from bottle to bottle we'll see where we're at here. So Rebel Yell. Okay, you're probably getting bored of me saying this by this point, but classic bourbon nose. It can't get more classic than this. It is heavy corn dust, slight cherry, and right into green apple. But very, very heavy corn dust, a little bit of cherry. On the very tail end of that, you get a little bit of oak in there, mixed with some brown sugar. So on the nose, it has a very, very well defined and pronounced nose for being a budget lineup, and especially for only being 80 proof. So this is something that the nose is setting you up for a very good whiskey drinking experience, I would say. So hopefully it comes through. You know what? For 80 proof, you can only ask for so much. Okay, so I'm actually quite impressed with this for 80 proof. It is very sweet forward, floral. Man, I hate to keep coming back to Buffalo Trace, but it's very in step with Buffalo Trace on its floral forward. Once you get past the floral as your initial note, it goes into a heavy cherried corn dust, and then after you go through the corn dust, you hit oak. It dries out at the finish. You get just a hint of pepper and alcohol, but I mean the slightest hint of spice and alcohol. It's almost not even worth mentioning, but it's a very sweet profile. The flavors move fairly quickly. Your middle kind of falls out into that floral cherry note. Easy drinking. Alcohol is not really pronounced in there, and a very short finish on it. So, in my mind, in my opinion, this presents as classic of a classic bourbon as you can find. It's very mellow. If you like a corn dust heavy bourbon, this would be one that I would steer you towards. At $13.39, you're definitely not breaking the bank. I would steer you towards this over the Ezra Brooks 90 that they also released, even though that is $9.79 here locally. I think I'd bump up to this one over the Ezra Brooks. A very, very good bourbon. The more I sit with it, the more the cherry's coming forward. It's just cherry and corn. But the cherry is not the medicinal cherry that I find in the Evan Williams. It's a sweet cherry, a fruited cherry note, along with that green apple. That green apple floral. So that green apple, lilac, flower shop floral, just light and refreshing floral nose. I'll say the more I sit and drink it, the more the oak fades away and it doesn't really present so much. You can pick it out on the initial few sips here and there as actual oak stave, oak in there, but slightly, and now the last couple of sips it's just faded away. There's no oak. It's corn dust and cherry. Not overly sweet, not over the top, a little bit of brown sugar. Just a very, very nice bourbon. This is a good, easy, neat, pour drinking bourbon. So yeah. Please let me know what you can find this bottle for in your area. Like, subscribe to the channel. Share this video if you found it of use to yourself. If you have a comment about absolutely anything, if you think these videos suck, let me know. I just want to know what everybody's thinking. And what you want to see, if you want to see anything, if you want me to continue. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Please continue to do that and engage with the videos. The more engagement that people have with the videos, the more you're going to get the videos recommended to you. Yeah, just thank you for watching, and I hope that you guys have appreciated this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, you guys take care.